Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Heaps On Podcast!
Welcome back, everybody, to the Heaps On Podcast.
Tav, you're allowed to use your new toys 3 times an episode. That's once,
That's
all right?
once, okay?
Yeah, baby!
Don't you dare restrict me.
I will. It's Ra, Ben, and Tav here for another episode of the Heaps On Podcast. What's going on tonight? Play some music. We've got any music for the headlines?
I've got some music for the headlines.
Welcome back, you back!
Whoa.
Well, is that it?
No, that's not it.
Stand by, Fano.
That was a good one, though.
Here we go.
What's on the episode this week, mate?
It sounds kind of like I'm in Snatch, the movie Snatch.
Yeah, Auckland F-C might actually be alright. So the key to winning a football game is score more goals on the other side. Am I right, Ben?
Yeah, I don't believe it's going to be a good game.
What the fuck's that? What a night in Christchurch on Friday, eh? Kaylin, who? Fucking the night stink, but I tell you who was mean as the Warriors from Auckland and New Zealand. They're mean as.
Yeah, the
bro.
Warriors are fucking sick.
I might get me one of those Jackson Fords.
Yeah, no, they're good. I heard they've run real good.
Can get a good one second hand, eh?
Yeah.
Lest we forget Anzac weekend, and bloody hell, lest we forget the Chiefs and the Crusaders are definitely playing the Super Rugby final.
Yeah. It's basically locked in, isn't it?
It's one of those years, innit?
Yeah.
Sorry, just feel like I'm still in the movie Snatch.
This Saturday.
Cocaine busts, fisheries officers, and we've come up with our own Black Mirror episodes about shitting your pants in New Zealand.
We have.
Using AI.
Using
And it's
a
the
lot
Heaps
of
On,
AI.
it's the Heaps On podcast.
It is.
Tune in, strap in. It's going to be a good one, eh?
Yeah, put your headphones in. Don't let the rest of your workplace hear it.
Definitely don't, because it's going to be pretty messed
gonna
up.
come.
And if anyone who's senior to me and Tav at work listens to this, please do
Ra
not.
made me do it.
Yeah, don't take it.
Fire him, promote me.
It's just
Let's
a bit of a laugh.
Fucking go.
This is all satire, right, Tav?
Is it?
Yeah, it is. What have you been up
New
to?
to me. Not a lot, to be honest.
You
It's
did
been
a
raining heaps.
big mahi week.
Yeah, I did big mahi week.
Big mahi week. Had a day off.
Yeah, I did.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday
Put
off.
your feet up.
Put my feet up. Put my fucking ass out. It
Nice.
was great.
Lest we forget.
Lest we forget.
Lest we motherfucking forget.
You know, lest you forget, the fucking supermarket don't open till 1. I needed to get some shit before 1 p.m.
Yeah.
But we observed the soldiers and their mahi, and I couldn't get a fucking,
Yeah.
a
He
few of the
couldn't
bits and
buy his
pieces I
beers.
needed.
He
Bacon
couldn't-
and eggs and whatnot.
Oh,
I'm an
I thought
idiot.
you were gonna say a dozen beers.
you know,
Well, a dozen beers would have been good
the
too.
Easter weekend going into Anzac weekend, it's really just a fucking mindfuck Black Mirror episode for people like
It is.
me
For
and
alcoholics,
us
yeah.
who are unorganized alcoholics
Totally.
and just want some lollies.
Speak for yourself. I made 15 grand off Facebook Marketplace selling mostly Cody's
Hell yeah, dog. Nice work.
on the days that you couldn't buy them from the super.
Well, you're a fucking amateur bay if
It's
you
the,
didn't get your Cody's
the
before Friday.
benefits of living out in West Auckland. Ben just had like a little lemonade stand thing out front. Really,
Just Cody's,
Yeah.
in a jug. He was
20
pouring it
bucks
into a
can.
cup.
Yeah.
I just drive
There you
around
go.
the streets and you can tell who wants the Cody's.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
how can you tell?
Because there's this one guy who sits out front of the laundromat every morning and doesn't wear shoes.
Okay, that's enough. We'll cut Ben off there before he says anything too inflammatory. And what about me? Ben's been a bit under the weather. He still hasn't recovered from all that
Yeah, all my
shitting and
things.
farting he did down in the Strait, the Fovo Strait.
Yeah, a lot of shitting, a lot of farting.
Well, and you got a bit under the weather down there. Still recovering.
It's all got the worst of me.
Have
But
you had your feet up this week?
Yeah, I've had my. I tried to work and then I had to take a couple of days off, and then the holidays came around anyway. So
Yeah, baby!
good excuse, really.
Yeah, bloody oath, mate. Well, I hope you come right soon. And me, well, I bloody went and did this fucking crazy thing down in the Whanganui River. Well, not. I don't know how to describe it.
A shit.
I did do a shit in a really fancy place, but about an hour out of Taumaranui, there's a place called Blue Duck Station. And I don't know what these guys have done. They've turned it into a bit of a sanctuary where they've built a restaurant on top of a hill. It's down a gravel road about an hour. You're like, Jesus, where am I? And then this lady comes and picks you up in an ATV, drives you up to the top of a hill, and there's a 5-star restaurant up there. And then there's an English bloke serving you beetroots on twigs that you eat.
And
Anyway.
they keep all these ducks there and they paint them all blue.
And they tell you these are rare ducks.
Don't let him trick
Yeah.
you, Fano.
What did I do?
He went to Hobbiton. They have a 5-star dining experience where you get to live as a little hobbit.
I got to. I made my missus pretend to be Bilbo, and I was saying, "I'm Frodo. It's my 33rd birthday. I wish I'm older than 33."
Spank me harder, Uncle Bilbo.
Come on now, that's rude. But yes, we did dress up.
for a dwarf's one, isn't it?
Don't. Hey, excuse me. Is that canon? Did that happen in the movie?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy. I
It
actually
is a
did see
canon.
some blue ducks.
Nice.
There's only 2,500 of them left in the country. You guys don't seem impressed, but
Wow.
yeah, and I went in a kayak for about 5 minutes. You know, I was outdoorsman over the weekend.
What, do they have like a little spa set up with a kayak thing, like a simulator?
They drove you to a waterfall, and then they're like, get in that kayak over there, go buzz around, take a photo, and get the fuck back out. And I did that.
Like Kelly Tarleton's, but outdoors.
Yeah, I mean, I was sending these fellas videos all weekend. Now I'm realizing they didn't look at any of my videos. It was a hell of an experience. I went up there with my lady. I just want to do one
beautiful.
last shout out. While the incredible food experience, 4-hour, 13-course experience at the Blue Duck Station was incredible, the Fat Kiwi Cafe in Otorohanga.
That was better, was it?
Well, I'm not saying better, it's just different. It was very good as well. So if you're ever passing through the Waitomo region, stop in at the Fat Kiwi. There's some lovely ladies in there making some scones, some sandwiches.
Toasty Sammy.
It's high level shit.
Yeah.
Good coffee too.
Gone
So
are the
shout out.
days where those little tea houses, you'd go in and they'd have photos up on the wall of baked beans on toast, and you'd just gesture and point.
Well, look, that was more Taumaranui.
Oh, yeah,
Taumaranui,
that's
they
true.
had that buzz. But I saw a guy playing a flute there. He was magical. Anyway, that's enough about me. What about those Warriors, Ted?
What about
Oh, hell
those
yeah.
fucking Warriors, Red?
Up the walls.
Yeah, it was a pretty honey-hecky fucking weekend down in Christchurch, wasn't
yeah,
it?
you-
Jesus.
I don't want to throw you guys under the bus. You guys were both supposed to be there. You
Yeah.
didn't manage to make it. I only want to say it because it looked like a great night, and it
I
looked like
wish
we
so.
all missed out being
Yeah.
there. Fucking
It looked
amazing.
Ruckus as fuck.
It did.
I'll tell you that.
I
It
do
looked
wish I
like a
could've
good
gone.
vibe, yeah.
It did look good.
But no, I had a couple correspondents down there sending me videos and just vibe checks, and they said that it was fucking out the gate, mate.
Yeah.
Because it's the last Warriors game there until they move to the new
that
stadium.
new stadium looks banging
the,
too.
the new stadium looks fucking sick.
I
But
heard
yeah,
from
shout
a-
out to that fucking scaffolding for holding them together for so long.
I heard from a good source that the security at
Yeah.
the corporate boxes just buggered off after half time. So
Really?
you could go through there, get some drinks, steal a bit of steak. I won't name names.
Well, I mean,
but,
you can't get back to the farm. You've got to get back and milk the cows in the morning down the
Yeah,
Canterbury
that's true.
Plains. You can't be doing the security till 11 o'clock at night,
That's very
right?
true.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to
you
get
know.
the Hilux on the road.
It's a fucking long weekend, mate.
make sure you gas her up too.
They're not even on. They're not paying them time and a half. That's the problem.
Adam Pompey, 2 tries. Heck yeah.
Jackson
Look, Mick,
Ford, two
tries.
tries on his 50th fucking
Woo!
game for the Wise.
We're
Yeah,
big
up
Jackson
the-
Ford guys.
We are
Up the Ford.
up the Ford.
Tab's
the
a
Jackson.
big fan of Jackson.
I love him.
He's a very charismatic gentleman. You
He's-
just got to get to
he's
know him.
Funny as he's a good dude.
He is pretty funny.
He's basically a born again Kiwi. We accept you, Jackson.
And wearing the number 8 on your back. Not many people get a double wearing the number 8 on your back,
bro,
do they?
Fuck, I know.
And Luka Mikiafu was he was fucking ripping and tearing again, wasn't he?
Was on. Did he get a 40-20? Or
I think
or
he-
he almost did.
Almost did, eh?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I actually
No,
didn't
that
watch
was
the whole
Broncos
game.
But yeah, no, he looked fucking hot. Everyone looked pretty fucking hot. Liquor is so good. Man.
Yeah, he's awesome. eh?
He's been starting the past few games. He just looks so fucking hot. There was that in the first half. There was that line break that Metcalf got and then passed off to Liquor. I thought he was going to score.
Yeah.
but he kind
He
of
got close.
questioned himself a bit. He could have kept fucking going.
Yeah.
That Knights defense doesn't exist. I was talking to Ben.
Yeah.
I was saying I was
Not the other
I
group
was
chat again.
I was doing the early crow.
Yeah.
And I was basically like sending Ben memes 10 minutes in, like of
Yeah.
when we win. And
Yeah.
Ben was like, don't fucking jinx us.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
don't jinx it.
You classic.
And I
And
was
he
saying-
said the Knights aren't going to score
I
a
was
try.
like,
and,
I'll
then,
be surprised if they scored.
and then they did score, but it got
I think
denied.
they got denied
That's
Yeah,
right.
twice.
They
the
did
Badger
too.
pulled
That's
it.
right. They did
Because
too.
there was Maju was out on
Out
the wing,
again,
and
that's
then there was
right.
another one where
Did Schiller drop the ball or
yeah,
some
we
shit?
basically because Adam Pompey didn't have a great night under the high ball.
That's
I'll
right,
say
true,
that.
true,
and
true.
he dropped the ball off a high bomb. Schiller got it open try line, and he fucking just dropped it.
Well, you know, it's
Jeez,
cold. It's
that's
cold
right,
down there, and your fingers they don't work the same.
It's true.
Well, I don't have much to say about it because all these moments weren't actually on the highlights that I watched because I was 2 hours into a 4-hour
Sex
tasting
fest
menu.
in-
No,
at
hey, there's no
Hobbiton.
need to throw me under the bus like that.
Yeah.
It was a 4-hour degustation tasting menu that I...
My axe.
Rude.
Well, what I'd like to say then, Ra, if you missed
Yeah.
it, I think I've said it to. I think I might have said it to you guys already, but I'm pretty sure Cape Wells set a record for like the most meters at the slowest pace.
Really?
On-
Just,
He was eating up
He-
them meters.
He's just
Meter
running
eater.
and running, but he's not the fastest bloke on the field by a long shot.
no, he's not. One I picked up a bit from the stats. Aaron Clark, another spectacular night.
fuck,
Had some
he's
incredible
good.
offloads.
He's
He was
so
bumping
good.
and trucking along. We're big Aaron Clark guys.
We are.
Newsflash, he's really good.
He's the man. If you don't have him in fantasy as well,
I
I
don't.
recommend getting him. He was actually the top scorer in the
He was
fantasy.
81 or something.
81.
Crazy.
Fucking insane.
Do you have him?
Nah.
I don't have
was
him
gonna
either.
Bring him in,
Fuck.
I was going to bring him in this week because I was like I was
Time for
telling
your
you.
turning point, Tay-Tay.
I was trying to do the early quick one and trade Connor Watson out before everyone else does.
Yeah.
So I'll probably trade Connor Watson this week for Aaron Clark.
But how much is Aaron Clark now? He must be like 700s or something,
nah,
no?
I think he's 6. I think
Oh,
he's
this
6,
weekend's going to push him
600.
up though, eh?
Totally, bro. Can't score fucking. Oh yeah, 577.
I just want to say a big thank you while we're on fantasy to Tav for recommending I pick up David Fafita. Fucking
Nice.
awesome.
Wait, did I
First,
tell you that?
Yeah, first week I picked him up. He was injured. He pulled out late. Second week, mate, that jersey grabbing bastard fucking got 26 points
You
last
should
night.
have reversed the trade like everyone else did.
By the time I realised he was fucking it was too late.
You only want him if he's starting, because then he's probably going to play fucking. Yeah.
Look, he came on after 20 minutes, played the rest of the game. It didn't matter.
Yeah,
He's just like
that's
this.
true.
Didn't run the ball that much. Anyway,
I'm blaming the reporting, to be honest. The teams are too late to tell us all this shit, and they know it the
Those are the
days
rules.
before. They know it.
I know it's
Those are the
bullshit.
rules,
We go to
yeah.
the Warriors press conferences, and I'm always pretty tempted to just say to Webby,
Tell us the team.
Injured.
"Yeah,
Who's
how many
actually
minutes is
fucking
Leka
injured?
going to play this week? Come on."
Yeah. Dimitrik, 13? No. Aaron Clark's too good. But come on, something.
Yeah.
Give him some more minutes.
Sam Healy was looking really good in the New South Wales Cup. He's that young halves
Yeah.
Sharks
Hooker
that we
guy?
got.
Yeah.
Good looking bloke.
It's one of
Yeah,
those
hot
things where
dude.
it's like, fuck, we've got some awesome. It's a good problem to have. We've got some mean fucking talent sitting there
Yeah.
in the waiting room, but we're just not really going for an injury crisis apart from our wingers.
Yeah. It is kind of buzzy. I mean, I don't want to put the boot into a guy that's coming next year, but the Gannon signing from the UK does seem like a little bit like... I mean, happy to be proven wrong. There's some great English players out there, but I do love our second row depth from the young fellas.
It was a desperate signing, similar to how the Rabbitohs signed that halfback from the UK, Logan Dodd.
Yeah, that's right. Logan Dodd.
They signed that guy from the UK, and
Yeah.
it turns out that Humphreys was the guy that they stole from Manly that was only supposed to be a second string halfback.
He's mean.
Is
Yeah.
mean. And now Dodd is not that great.
Yeah.
He's probably just going to sit there and cost him, I think they cost him like $700,000 or something like
Oh,
that.
God.
He's just going to sit there doing nothing.
But that's the
yeah.
story of the Warriors this season, eh? We're just finding out that we've got some crazy fucking depth
Yeah.
in our young bucks.
all those young Islander guys, they're
They're
really
good.
fucking good.
Yeah.
Don't send them to Melbourne.
I really don't want Laban to be some guy that goes to fucking, Sydney and
Yeah.
becomes a great second rower.
Yeah, 'cause he is
just because of
great.
depth. He's really good.
it's
He's
just
fit.
hard. It's just hard.
You can just tell that he's really
we
like.
need a second team.
Yeah, we do. Give
Yeah.
us 2 teams in New
Give
Zealand,
us
please.
2 teams in New Zealand, please.
I can't stop eating.
Everyone had a good game. Wade Egan's try was off that Luke Metcalf intercept. Fucking insane.
Yeah, that
mate.
was great.
Luke.
Both of those two had
I
a great
thought
game.
Luke was gone,
Got a little ouchie.
but yeah, Fletcher Sharp chased him down.
Luke even slotted a couple of beautiful kicks right from the sideline
Yeah,
too.
he did.
Props.
My husband is Samoan.
Props to
so
you.
talofa.
What else? I
Talofa.
mean, the Panthers kind of suck.
It's crazy. So we're second, and the Panthers are 17th
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
insane.
What happened?
What
Hey,
happened?
what happened?
Hey, what happened?
It turns out that a lot of the guys replacing the immense talent that they lost aren't that good. I mean, who's played 6th this year for them? Talangi, he's kind of good, but maybe overrated. They've had
He's a
fucking,
centre. He
they've
should
had
be-
Cole.
yeah.
Yeah, they've had all these guys that can't play 6, and then their forwards. I mean, Leota's good, but rotation props. No hooker now. Like really,
Yeah, who is their hooker?
And then-
Fucking,
They had some guy called. I traded him in this week. It was one of the dumbest things I did. I thought there was going to be a starting 9 for a couple of weeks.
Luke
I could just.
Summerton.
He went to the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That
then
friend-
he almost scored a try, but got held up.
Yeah.
That guy, yeah.
So they don't have a 9. They have a fullback. Yeah, they've just lost those key positions. And then I
That
don't know.
franchise is like a cruise ship where dysentery has broken out, you know?
Yes.
It's just turn into shit.
You can't save it. Just
Yeah.
sink it into the ocean.
Yeah.
No cleaning will help.
It's that new stadium they got too. There's no mana there.
Yeah,
They've just
true.
moved to a new stadium. Is it Combank?
Combank, where
Yeah.
everyone else has been playing for a couple of years, eh?
Yeah, because their old stadium
Too
has
crap.
been busted down, I think.
The stadium's not the issue, though.
No,
I
it
mean, like,
isn't.
obviously you got to hit a lull after 4 premierships. Fisher Harris turns out he was a big part of it. Luai was a big part of it. Fucking,
Yeah.
you know,
Surprise,
Taruva,
surprise.
Kikau, all those
Crichton.
guys. Yeah, Crichton, fucking,
All the guys who keep getting the most attention in that team who now aren't in it.
yeah. True,
Yeah.
they distract. Yeah,
really
it's
just
all on
Cleary.
Cleary now. Cleary and Edwards. If you mark them,
Yeah.
you should be sweet.
Yeah, they've got a problem we don't have. The young guys just aren't ready for first grade.
Yeah.
Whereas our guys are. They're
You!
the fucking meanest.
Well, something else that happened that I wasn't ready for was the amount of sin bins that happened over the fucking weekend.
Oh, yeah.
They just really went, right, by Thursday it was like, yeah, anytime a tackle slips up, we're going to slow-mo it, we're going to replay it, we're going to send you off for 10 minutes.
And we're going to suspend you for 3 games.
Fuck.
It's because the round started with one of the wettest games I've ever seen. The Bulldogs and the Broncos.
And just one of the most psychotic performances from the Bulldogs, too.
It was insane because they just tried to match. It was a fight between the forward packs.
Yeah.
And they just tried to match the intensity that the Broncos had.
Yeah.
But they just kept swinging high.
But the Broncos don't need to be psychos to outmuscle you. They have Payne Haas.
Yeah,
so they
exactly.
just go, Fucking Josh Curran leaping into his face off the
Yeah,
kickoff was
it's
dumb
pretty
as
hard
fuck.
out.
Satilli,
Tupanua,
Tupanua's high
kneeing
knee.
fucking someone in the head.
That was crazy,
They're
man.
really cracking down on it though. I've heard that when you go to the bin now, back in the sheds, they actually make you watch the scene from Homeward Bound where the golden retriever dies while
Really?
playing Mad World.
Whoa, so that just sends you into some sort of...
deep spin, so you really regret what you did.
Oh my god, that's interesting.
In the
Psychological
naughty
trick they're playing on
That's an
them.
insight I didn't know I was going to get today.
Yeah,
The
fucking Broncos looked really fucking good.
They looked good
They
without
scored-
Reece Walsh.
Yeah, without Reece Walsh with Cobbo at the back.
Yeah.
They looked like a better team.
They did.
They played against the undefeated Bulldogs and absolutely spanked them. They scored 6 unanswered tries in the first half.
Okay, could we ever see Reece Walsh sent to the gulag of the Titans?
Possibly, but I've actually
They
heard,
need a fullback, don't they?
Wait.
Keanu Kenny they've got, but
The way he's going.
yeah, I mean that's certainly a possibility. But I've
Yeah.
actually heard that he is being considered to go work at a Vietnamese nail salon.
really,
Yeah.
why?
Just fits right in with the ladies. there.
Beautiful.
He's actually got quite a lot of skill when it comes to it. Yeah,
Ah, okay, and maybe it calms his mind.
yeah.
So maybe he could be a part-time league player full-time. Because you look around those Queensland teams, and I reckon he only wants to play in Queensland, right?
Yeah.
Fucking Hammer.
Hammer.
They don't need a fullback at
Keanu
Dolphins.
Kenny.
Keanu Kenny.
Drinkwater.
Drinkwater is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Could he go to the gulag of the Queensland Cowboys? You never know. But yeah, it's funny. I do think that
I mean,
he needs to sort his shit out.
He might just
That
have
reminds
to
me, actually.
become a winger.
Winger, true. Yeah. Jesse Alpha's, come on, he's not bad.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know if
It's
he's
a
got
pro-
winger in him.
It's a real problem because, yeah, he's just had a horrible fucking season.
Yeah.
He's a liability.
Nothing's sticking for him, eh?
And he basically lost the Broncos the grand final a couple years ago. I'm going to say it. He missed the tackle on Nathan Cleary
Yeah,
and
true.
he scored the winning try.
True.
So Reece
True.
Walsh, that boy's a problem.
The boy's a problem.
But yeah, there were some other mean games as well. We'll quickly go through them. Storm Rabbitohs was mean. And
Storm Rabbitohs was
Cowboys
alright,
looked
yeah.
really fucking good against the Titans.
So when we're playing the just to link that up, we're playing the Cowboys this week, I
Yeah.
believe. And the Cowboys are in the 8 after a pretty shit start. Everyone
Well,
thought they're the worst team.
we're in the 3.
We're in the 3. It's going to be an interesting clash between two teams that are in quite good form.
Yeah.
We
We usually play pretty good up there.
and it's Magic Round, isn't it? No,
Oh, is it?
I feel like it is.
God damn, it is.
It's Magic Round, so we're playing them at Suncorp.
And Manly's got the bye. Okay.
Yeah. So it's going to be a good game at Suncorp. It's going to be lots of Waz fans. It's going to be pretty much a home game for us.
Yeah. Field's going to be ripped to shreds by the time we play.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, hopefully we can bring that form we've had over the last couple couple of weeks
Damn.
and smoke them.
It's going to be some good games. Panthers,
If you're a
Broncos.
scaffolder in Queensland, fucking get down there, support the boys.
Totally,
Come
even
on,
if you're
fellas.
Aussie.
Get in there, mate.
All the blokes love taking over. Still pretty good. No league on. Rugby Union. Super Rugby. Richie McCaw is my dad.
Richie
McCaw is my dad. Welcome to the Super Rugby segment of the show, Whānau. It follows the Rugby League because the Rugby League's the top story.
Rugby League is the best.
But Super Rugby's also pretty good.
It's
It
not
is.
bad.
Ben, did you watch any over the weekend?
If the New Zealand teams are playing each other.
Watched a
Yes.
bit of the Crusaders Highlanders.
Oh, yeah? Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a bit of a one-sided affair, wasn't it?
It really was.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't watch any of because I was up a hill, eating morsel by morsel. But was the Chiefs Force game on Friday? Did you see any of that, Tav?
No.
Well, anyway, they smashed them, didn't they? And they gave them a hiding without D-Mac.
Oh, wait. No, I didn't watch it.
Okay, I think it was the Force, right? Was it the Force?
It was the Force. It
The
was
Force at Bay Oval.
Bay Oval. Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, was
was that Friday?
That was Friday.
Fuck, why didn't I watch that?
You were doing something nice with your missus, probably. Anyway, they did really well. So the Chiefs and the Crusaders smoked their oppositions. They're definitely looking like the best teams.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'd say they're going to win the whole thing, one of them. Put your money on it.
I think it was like, let me just check the score. I'm pretty sure it
Do
was
not come.
kind of tight in the first half. Yeah, it was kind of tight. And then, 25-15 at halftime. And then 56-22 at full time. So
They score a lot of second half points. It's
They-
been something they've done all year,
yeah,
right?
they love it. That final 20 minutes, they really just put the fucking boot in.
Nadawa and shit just fucking run
Yeah.
rings around people.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty nice when Damien McKenzie isn't playing and you've got Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, awesome.
He is the man.
He's really good.
And yeah, he's going to be an All Black.
He is. Well, let's move on to games we did see bits and pieces of. The Blues, gee whiz. Not great against the Reds, far out.
Really not great.
Love me some of those Blues boys. They're awesome, but at the moment they are struggling. The Reds did it pretty easy. Oh, no, it was close. It was close-ish, wasn't it?
For like the first 20 minutes, I think Blues might have scored first and then Reds scored twice. And then they basically just held at least a
Oh, yeah.
a 7-point buffer the whole time. And then at one point they were up by like 21.
Oh, yeah.
Twice, I think, they were up by 21. But I'll tell you who was seeing red against the Reds was Mark Telea.
I felt a bit sorry for Mark Telea in that situation because he tackled a guy that weighs about 50 kilos. And as soon as he tackled him, he's like, whoa, this guy's super light. And he dumped him on his fucking back and head, basically.
Probably would have been fine if he was tackling with like two other players with him.
Yeah.
And they would have mitigated his landing. But the fact is that he just picked him up and dumped him on his
happened
head.
very fast, but it was a huge hit. I appreciate it until he got yellow carded, and I was like, don't do that.
Red
Maybe
carded.
we should
Red carded.
instigate a minimum weight standard in the league.
Yeah.
You got to be at least 72.
Over 85s.
Fair enough. I like that. I like that idea.
But yeah, I think that's probably the Blues done for the year.
I think it must be. Put a line through them. They must be finished.
They were trying real hard at the end to get the bonus point try, and it slipped right through the.
I think there's still enough
dude's
games that if
fingers.
shit happens, they could. There are 16 rounds, and we just finished round
there's still 5 more.
11.
Five more rounds.
They could make the top because it's only top 6, right?
Yeah, true.
But they're
And I
currently
mean,
ninth.
We're in the top 6.
The Hurricanes, that is. Choo, baby, let's go. We're in there, baby.
Yeah, we're in the top 6.
Finally, it's taken us ages.
Upset the Brumbies. Brumbies were fucking massive favourites because it was
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
And we looked fucking hot. We looked dominant
Yeah,
as fuck.
Kenny Naholo was taking names.
Fuck, he was good.
He was
Down
bumping
that
and
wing.
grinding.
Fuck, he was good.
He was
God
awesome.
damn.
Ruben Love looked right at 10. He looked pretty good. Dupes was doing Dupe stuff.
Yeah.
Did we get sent a yellow card at one point? No, I can't remember.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a good game.
It was. Yeah, we played. The Hurricanes played very
We
well.
fucking pumped them. Tell you what was also a really fucking good game was the Carver Bowl.
Well, the Carver Bowl was really good if you're a minus
Hell yeah.
Pacifica fan.
Yeah.
Sorry to all our Fijian listeners. We've got a few. Obviously, they love the rugby segment of the show.
Yeah.
But
Only reason they listen to the pod.
absolutely. Miracle Failangi,
Yeah.
a double.
Yeah.
That guy's a unit.
Artie Artie scored an amazing chip and chase try down the wing, and then it got pulled back for a knock on.
Shitty little knock on that the ref shouldn't have fucking even pulled back, man. Like, I mean, just let it play.
It's not a World Cup final, bro. Come on, just fucking leave it.
Give the people what they want.
And he basically ran into the stands, chips and chase, runs into the stands, has a drink, runs back,
There's
scores,
some cover,
does an amazing
beautiful.
dive.
And then the ref's like, oh, hang on, no try. And then there's this really funny moment where Artie's obviously gassed.
Yeah.
You know? He's high on adrenaline and he's just fucking run a marathon.
Yeah.
And the ref is Angus Gardner's talking to him, and Artie is just like leaning in, and he just gets closer and closer. And the ref says, like, can you give me some space, mate? And
Back up, Artie.
Artie's like, oh, sorry.
Artie's like, I just scored the best try of the fucking year.
It's
Come
the
on,
Carver
bro.
Bowl, bro. I'm running high on fumes.
Give it to me, cuz.
And then, minutes later, barely, Julian, his brother, scores amazing try down the same wing.
Yeah, he scored in the corner. That is allowed.
But more importantly, I think it's just that it's so cool to see the country embrace us naming this matchup the Carver Bowl.
Yeah, Tav, got to take some credit there. He's been calling it the Carver Bowl for at least a year or two now. And
not racist.
And it getting across the line is a huge win. Sky Sport were calling it the Carver Bowl on the broadcast. So shout out to Tav and
I asked
us for
Samoan
supporting him.
mates. I asked my
Is he allowed?
Fijian mates.
It was
this okay?
It was nice to see on the motorway as well. You know, the Fijian flags heading towards North Harbour Stadium.
Yeah,
on
it was beautiful.
the State Highway 1 there.
It was a good crowd.
Good crowd, 8,000 or something.
Yeah.
And chonked into that little stand. It was awesome. Of sports. Look, it's the part of the show where we talk about other sports that aren't rugby and league. We say it's the world of sport, but it's mainly just like a couple of
funny stories about sports.
Stories. Well, the big story is Auckland FC. They've won the minor premiership. We're calling it the Premier's Plate. They're the best team in the regular season of the fucking A-League. Oh, boo!
Shit, how did that happen?
We've got beef with the Port. Obviously, Tav beefs with the Port. He, he thinks that they're
I'm beefing with the Port.
They're cereal box fans. You know, they got their scarves out of a fucking Cocoa Pops packet. But and he says it a lot off the pod. I have a lot of respect for the Port, mostly because I'm scared. I think their Temu knives have arrived. They've ordered.
Yeah.
And
Also,
I'm worried about getting stabbed at the game. So
a lot of accountants there. I am worried they'll push an audit onto me.
Well, look, I mean, there were a lot of accountants in the movie Fight Club.
That's
you know?
true.
And that scares me as well. They all want to have an alter ego where it's like, I'm going to shave my head and start letting cunts beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And I'm worried that might, you cross one of them and one of these accountants is going to take a swing at you.
Yeah. Nah, I would like to extend
olive branch,
an apology to the Port, the people of the Port, and say
Real men ride women.
no.
Oh, sorry, that's the wrong button.
No, I would like to say, go you good things.
Yeah, baby.
I now see what it's all about.
If we could just start, a clean sheet, a clean Excel sheet for you guys and us, that would be just beautiful.
And
Send the boys down and give them a fucking
well,
good eye.
no, again, no.
No.
But I would like to say, me personally, I know how passionate I get when I'm trying to get a plate.
Yeah, true.
And
You are passionate about getting a plate or two.
I'm passionate, especially if I'm at Valentine's. It's Ben's birthday. I'm trying to get a plate, and I can see now why they did it. So
I'm gonna come.
I have buried the hatchet.
Good man.
With the Port, okay?
Top man.
Huge bitch.
Also, because I might go to the game tonight, and I don't want to get beaten up.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. Well, they won't hear this until later, but congratulations to Auckland FC. I would like a New Zealand team to win the A-League. Fuck it. Go hard. Get that plate. Hiroki Sakai.
Go.
All you boys. Verstrada. Fucking De Vries. Guillermo May. I know the names of the players. They're good players. They're good boys. Arriba that fucking thing back. Will they have a parade in the middle of winter in Auckland? Probably not.
Maybe at Western Springs. We'll bring them back for one more
it'll
speedway.
be down Silo Park or something trendy like that. They'll fucking...
I have no idea how the A-League finals work, but we'll probably get a home final or something.
Well, elsewhere in the world of sport, the NFL draft has been on this week, Ben. And there's some big names that are making the move into the NFL. I saw a guy called Tetairo McMillan, who's Hawaiian. Could have sworn that name was Māori. I was like, hell yeah, bro. Mana waving at the TV, but he's Hawaiian. Anyway, we're related to the
common ancestral language. Yeah.
Totally. All migrated from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the big story has been Shedeur Sanders. So this fella, Shahu,
Shaduya.
his dad's a super famous NFL player who coached him at college. The college was called Colorado. And now he was expected to go top 20 in the draft. His expectations were so high that
That's a good one.
So a big part of draft day is that you receive your phone call, right?
Yeah, you get the call from the coach.
And all these fellas are so rich now that they there's so much media around it, and everyone's making their content that getting that call is big.
Yeah, and everyone's going to film it when you get the call. I'm ready, coach.
There's a famous moment of CD Lamb from the Cowboys, his missus at the time grabs his phone.
He's got two phones. He's on one phone.
His missus grabs
the other phone and he snatches
He just snatches it out. It's like iconic moments come out of that draft vision. So Shadoosh had built a room dedicated to he had hats for every team and
it was pretty elaborate.
a booth that said legendary on it. That's his catchphrase.
Looked like a Kardashian baby shower sort of thing. Just,
Look, I don't want to sound like tall poppy syndrome, but probably a little bit showy if you ask me, to be honest.
Getting a little bit ahead of himself, he was.
But he didn't get a phone call on day 1, or on day 2, or on day 3. I think he's gone 166, was it, in the draft? Which is...
He was round 5, 143, I think.
And that's to the point where, it's guys are going who might not make the roster.
You'll still get a little bit of money.
Yeah, you get a bit of money, but you got to scrap for a position.
And he's going to the Cleveland
Browns. The Cleveland Browns. So, and that's a team where some coaches go, some players go to die. His dad, this is what his dad said about
his dad hates the Browns.
This is what his dad said about the Browns 7 years ago on Twitter. I love what the Browns have done this offseason, but if I'm a young quarterback, ain't no way I'm going to Cleveland. I would pull a Eli Manning if possible. Think about that.
What did Eli Manning
I think
do?
Eli Manning backflipped on a deal on draft day and went to the Giants or something like that.
Can you do that as a player?
I think he just held out.
Or you can just be, no, I'm not playing. He's already a millionaire, okay?
He's a millionaire.
So don't fucking worry about it, right?
He lives at his dad's
He's not doing
mansion.
a podcast in a dirty garage just to fucking...
Absolutely.
He wishes he was.
If he ever sees this, he'll probably laugh his head off at 3 douchebags in West Auckland.
I don't even have a watch.
Neither do I. I wish I had a watch like Shedeur Sanders. Anyway.
I've got a watch. I just don't wear it. One of the funniest things, which is kind of stink, but also kind of funny, is that somebody managed to get his phone number and call him up, pretending to be an NFL
This
team.
was really hard to watch.
So everyone gathered around with their cameras and stuff as he put his phone on speaker, and it was just someone trolling him.
Yeah, someone goes, he's like, who's this? And he's like, I'm the general manager from the New Orleans Saints. And he's like, we're going to take you with our next pick. And he's like, really? And everyone's like, yeah, man, yeah. And he's like, yeah, you're just going to have to wait a little bit longer, though. And then he's like, what? What does that mean? And then the guy just hung up. And it's all just filmed on these, he's probably got fucking Ari cinema cameras out there filming his reaction to his draft moment, He's got his own reality TV crew and he's just getting pranked by people who are...
gross, eh?
It's fucking weird, man.
Of news. That's right, Arno.
Tav, I've got one to tee you up for.
Tee me up.
Well, what about this? It was Anzac Day over the weekend, Friday, and there were services happening all over the country, but one service was interrupted in the far north region. Shane Jones was there laying a wreath with local, veterans.
Yep.
And what happened?
A fucking boat drove through the service.
What?
Yeah, it didn't even notice that there was a service happening, and a fisheries officer drove a massive boat through the middle of it.
A grumpy fisheries officer.
So I'm not waiting. I've got to go make sure people have got the right amount of kinners.
I'll paint the picture for you, Fano. It's like you've got a bunch of, you've got a group of people, veterans. Shane Jones, who is the Ministry of Fisheries.
Yeah.
Pretty sure
which
too,
is kind of crazy.
doing this service, and then a big MPI ute, I'm imagining a Ford Ranger, towing a pretty decently sized boat.
Big boat.
Drove within a meter of people standing there in silence, paying their respects. It was fucking close, and apparently someone said it was the weirdest thing they'd ever seen.
Imagine doing that, getting snapped out, and like the biggest boss of the boss is right there and has to come have a chat to you.
The Kinnerlord.
Genuine mistake. Huge fisheries boat arrived. The MPI have apologised for the genuine mistake.
But hold on, were they having this at a boat ramp?
Oh, were they having it at a boat ramp? No, I mean, it looks like you wouldn't miss that, you know? Like, that looks like a thing that's happening. And then
it's
this guy just drove through the middle of it.
It's probably like one of those little monuments they have for the Anzac
Yeah.
soldiers.
It was at the RSA, I think.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
And the fisheries officer, the officer was very, very sorry.
He was also blasting Akon.
Yeah.
With his 2 Sony Explode subs.
Hell yeah.
Upon reflection, they probably should have waited until after the service, is what the official word from MPI was.
Telling me, dreaming.
How much reflection did that take to work out?
Yeah, I know.
Fuck's
It's good
sake.
to have that in quotations.
Yeah,
Where
pretty
was
funny.
it? It was up north,
It was
eh?
up north somewhere.
Look, I'd love to know
Don't
the
ask me where.
actual name of the town.
Another breaking news.
A fucking shark!
A shark attack.
A shark bit a
Yeah.
bloke down in the
Dusky.
Dusky Sound. Now, Ben obviously has connections to the area. Have you
Yeah.
had any word on where the shark is and whether it's attacked
I'm
anyone
still,
else down
still
there?
waiting on more info, but I mean, it is the season for,
Really?
for those sharks
They
to be
get
around,
horny.
for them to be around the bottom of the South Island.
They get horny around this time of year, do they?
So yeah,
Where is Dusky Sound?
in Fiordland.
It sounds like a Fat Freddy's album name.
Yeah.
Got the Dusky Sound as one.
Dusky Sound. I got the Dusky Sound.
Come get the Dusky.
Iris Selassie wanna get the Dusky Sound. Oh! But yeah, anyway, back to the serious matter of a
Ben,
man
shark,
almost getting his
shark expert.
calf bitten off.
Yeah, that sucks. I'm shit scared of great whites. Oh, don't I've been I've snorkeled in Dusky
So-
Sound.
Jesus.
As we all know, because we're all very schooled up in animal attacks and how to avoid them. When a woman is having her time of the month,
Oh
Yeah.
God,
it
yeah.
can attract bears.
That's
Yeah.
what
We
they
all know
say.
this. We all learn this. What is it about men that attracts sharks? Is it having a bit of diarrhea?
Maybe, but
Jesus.
honestly, who knows?
As we know, Ben, you were recruited for the Shark Week filming because of your burly,
My diarrhea,
your
yeah,
burly
that's
butt,
true.
as they called it on set. Is this a case of someone letting some out?
Maybe he did a shit
Maybe
under
some,
the water.
Maybe
Yeah.
some of them did a couple, hang over the side of the boats, little explosions.
I was just reading about it. Look, it's he's had his calf bitten. So not the whole leg, but Jesus, it must be a fine line between a great white shark biting your calf
Yeah.
and taking the whole fucking leg.
That's
you know,
a huge bitch.
it's just one almost like this great white's not very good at its job.
It's just it had a
the
little
thing is,
taste and it was
it-
like yucky.
Yuck.
It was probably just an exploratory bite, but he's lucky it wasn't up his leg because if it's in your thigh, you'll hit the fucking
I mean, and then
femoral artery.
let's be honest. Let's
bleed out.
and let's address the elephant in the room, or mouse, depending on size.
Yeah.
You'd have your penis bitten off
You
pretty
could have
easily.
your penis
if,
bitten off
you
by
know,
a great white.
It gets high. It gets as high as your crotch, and then you're pretty much into your midriff, and that's bleeding out. I wonder what the degree to where you could get to where you get your penis bitten off and leg, but you survive.
That's a good
I'm gonna
question.
go.
It's a great question. I know.
Next time I see a one-legged man, I'm going to ask him.
Yeah.
And at what point there would be?
What point does it become you've lost half your torso and then your vital organs and you're fucked?
Let's say a shark did bite your penis. Yes, a rectal flaccid. There would be
Yeah.
even just for a fraction of a second where it felt amazing.
This is the fucking news.
It might
Maybe.
be just a tiny bit and then followed by pain, but I know
Oh, it would feel good.
there would just be one little bit where you're just like, ooh,
Oh, yeah.
ooh.
I think that's
it would too. And then you
great
shit your
white's
pants.
too scary. I think that's more of an eel situation.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, there is too. But
Don't
shout out
get
to
me
this
going.
guy. He wants to fly under the radar. He didn't want to be identified
Well,
by
there you
media.
go.
He's down there.
Told you, he loved it.
Nah, well, maybe he's on the run. He's got a warrant out or something.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
I was doing some
Maricopa.
diving.
Maybe it's some Maricopa.
Where's-
man.
Maricopa man.
Where's your ankle bracelet? Oh, bloody shark.
Shark bit it off. Hey, aren't you doing home D for dealing P? Nah, that's on me, bro.
no. I'm out surfing. I'm doing home C.
Speaking of drugs and crime, $30 million worth of cocaine was found in a business in some freight in Mount Wellington. Obviously, this come over in a freight container. 30 million, Jesus, that's a fair bit of fucking.
That's right by your guys' work.
Cocaine.
Yeah,
I know it wasn't our work, unfortunately.
What was the shipment of things?
Oh, I can't remember.
A couple of crates of G-Force or something.
Yeah, maybe some old drinks.
Katanas. Oh, damn it! I've got 3 shipping containers of katanas coming in. Probably not any coke in it.
I think it was just freight. I don't know what it was, to be honest. I'm trying to find out.
Cheeky fellas.
But anyway, that's one of the biggest seizures of coke.
30 million
in
of
New
coke.
Zealand. Yeah,
Man.
it's a lot. Just heaps of packages come through South America.
So if you're planning on hitting the long room maybe this weekend,
Sorry, Fano.
sorry, Fano, it's not going to happen.
Your fella's gonna be dry.
Yeah. Or if, maybe it's actually a late shipment. It was supposed to get here 2 weeks ago when the Broncos,
The
when
Broncos were
Ezra
in town.
Mam and Reece Walsh were
Yeah,
over
yeah.
here. That was just their personal stash showing up.
What are our league players supposed to do on the weekend now? Not drive around?
Yeah, not drive their cars around. Exactly.
They're on the sleeping pills. They're having a little nap.
They're having good time.
Sleepy time. Yeah, that's a lot of hooch. And then what about this Mount Roskill 70-year-old?
Oh, now
that
this
bloody
is a
got
sad story.
scammed up. Not by us.
No. So this fella, he's a 78-year-old gentleman, Asian gentleman from Mount Wellington, Mount Roskill, and he's been scammed. I wanna find his name. Can you tell the story,
Yes.
Tav?
So basically,
$158,000.
It was like Shay Bong or something.
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, his last name was Bong, which I found interesting.
Yeah, Shay Sit Bong.
Wait, how do you spell that last name?
Shay Sit Bong. B-O-N-G. Andrew Shay Sit Bong. So anyway, he had $158,000 that he was transferring from an account in the UK. He was an electrical engineer. It was his life savings. He's 78 years old, and he's transferring it over internationally to New Zealand to retire probably. He's missed one number in the bank account.
Wow.
And that's meant it hasn't gone to his bank account in New Zealand. It's gone to a beneficiary mother of 5
Oh my God.
who saw the money come in and went, holy fuck, God loves me, and spent it on cars, sent 20 grand to Samoa, and gave a bit to her boyfriend. Now, I want to put it to you fellas. I feel very sorry for Mr. Bong.
I do.
I feel fucking rotten. He got 28 grand back, but he's lost 130.
Fuck.
Here's the thing, though. If you're transferring that much money, I'd check that number 15 times.
I think the
Totally.
bank has a responsibility here too, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
They
yeah,
should
for
be
I
sure.
mean,
calling
they should
you
have
up,
said that's
going-
not the number on the fucking account on the other side.
The name doesn't match.
Excuse me.
My bank does that when I'm just trying to pay a fucking
It's a
water
fucking
bill.
international, transfer of $150,000. Surely they'd go, hey, this account belongs to a lady who's got,
But,
5
yeah.
kids. Is
Yeah.
that who you're trying to give the money to?
Surely, you're transferring that amount, the bank will call you up and say, "Excuse me, Mr.
Bong.
Bong, but that number doesn't actually,
Mr.
go
Bong's a
to,
guy that
to Mrs.
Ben
Bucky."
used to do a lot of dealings with in his early 20s, actually.
Are you trying to send this money to Mrs. Bucky? Because that's not the number.
That's
Mr.
not the number,
Bong.
yeah. Exactly. I know. I feel very unfortunate.
He got chopped.
I feel very stink for him.
Yeah, no, it's pretty stink. And
this
then,
quote from him, sorry, their happiness is built on my misery, is really hits
Hell
it
yeah.
home.
but so she's living the dream. Sent the money to Samoa.
Yeah, and
And-
she's had communications from the bank, and is like, yeah, sorry,
It's
don't
my-
have the money
it's
anymore.
my money, yeah.
It's gone. They got 28 grand back, and she's kind of just fully aware that the
I mean,
cops
he's
are now.
going to get 2 of those cars from it, let's be honest.
But he doesn't want cars. He probably wants to spend
Yeah.
it on, I don't know, like. He honestly looks like a golfer to me. He probably wants to get his membership down at
Yeah.
fucking the Grange.
Titirangi,
you know,
yeah.
Titirangi.
Yeah.
He probably wants to live out his days playing a bit of fucking hitty-walkie golf and
But that's
not own 2 fucking Imprezas or whatever she's bought.
That's something I would say. For every 10 grand, check that number again. So he
Yeah.
should have checked that 14 times.
He's 78. I
Yeah.
mean, the bank.
But he's
help
an
him out.
engineer, he's
True.
not an idiot.
Very
Yeah.
true. Okay,
So this. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
No,
so,
you go.
So this was a Westpac transaction.
Yeah.
Right. So this is also similar to another Westpac scandal, and know you guys remember the $10 million that was accidentally deposited into a Rotorua couple's bank account. They applied for a $10,000 business loan.
Yeah.
And the bank, Westpac, gave them 10 mil. And I think, if it's the bank making that mistake, there should be a law that just says, play on, ref.
Fucking
what I mean?
oath.
And so they fled to Hong Kong. And then Rotorua police were tracking them for years. Then there was a doco that came out about it. And then they just tried, I think they had like 16-day head start and they still got caught. But yeah, I guess if you got 10 mil transferred into your bank account, how would you?
I know, yeah.
And you wanted to keep it. You said to your missus, let's fucking do it. Let's go to Samoa. Maybe Samoa was the answer.
Yeah.
Instead of Hong Kong.
Fiji, Samoa. I'd
Fiji,
probably move to the
Samoa.
islands. Yeah, somewhere nice like that. Or Thailand. I mean, Thailand, White Lotus made Thailand look pretty nice to move to with some stolen money. But I mean, I'd even put it to you more like it's 10 million's obviously easier to answer, I think, because you'd run away with the fucking money and not look back. You'd probably try and keep a few of it and live out your days. But 150 grand, it's that middle area where it's like,
that's Pokey's money.
yeah, that's a few good fucking years of partying. But what are you doing if 150 grand hits your account? I mean, obviously you're probably going to report it, but is there a moment where you'd be like, I might buy something cool?
Yeah. Buy something cool that no refunds.
Yeah, no backsies.
Yeah, or just like, can you
pay off my mortgage, and then when I have to give it back, make them refix my mortgage at a lower interest rate because they got screwed a couple of years ago.
Everyone listening up, this is Ben's Finance Corner.
I feel like there's a lot of excuses here from Westpac. But, sorry to go back to this, but like, the Herald asked Westpac whether, in light of its $1 billion profit last year, it would consider compensating Shay for its loss. Their answer has been like, we froze the transactions as soon as we saw it, but like he's old and he probably was being polite, sorry, but it took him 7 weeks to report. So within that 7 weeks, that's how long she had to spend all that money.
Jesus.
Here's the thing though, how is it Westpac if it's being sent from the UK? You know what I mean? That's what I don't get. Like, even if they're the recipient, how the fuck are they supposed to know about it? It's the UK bank's fault, but they don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
So you have to do all the switch codes and your
7 weeks to
whatever the Swift code and the BSB and shit.
7 weeks to report it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. But Mr. Bong, you need to get off it.
Nah, fuck it. Get Mr. Bonger's money back. I'm determined for him to have a good retirement. I mean, he's almost 80.
This is the fucking news.
Okay, something that I've been doing recently is I've watched all the new Black Mirrors, or most of them. Classic Black Mirror, hit and miss. You've seen some of them, haven't seen all of them, mate.
Some of the good ones.
Some of the good ones, some of the shit ones. Would you agree, Ben?
Barely watched any of it, to be honest.
Yeah, I never did until recently. I think me and you were sort of skeptical of it.
Yeah.
We thought, ooh, sci-fi. It's like, there's a robot on my computer. Wow,
That's how they work.
I know, there's a robot on my computer. But, so I thought, in light of some of the themes of this recent series, I would ask ChatGPT to generate some names of New Zealand-related
Black Mirror episodes.
Black Mirror episodes. So this is what it's come up with. The first prompt I gave it was around shitting your pants in New Zealand, and we'll give it a heavy Māori theme. This is one called Whakapapa Stain. A malfunctioning genealogy implant causes people to uncontrollably soil themselves whenever they deny their Māori lineage in public.
Wow.
We could make this quite easily.
That's already real.
That's
Are you
ready to go.
Ngāti Poto? No.
Tangaroa's reversal. The ocean god retaliates against pollution by reversing digestive systems in coastal communities. One whānau finds power in their curse. Okay, another one was the hikoi of shame. A protest.
What does that even mean?
The hikoi of shame. A protest march turns supernatural when every marcher is cursed to publicly shit themselves until land is returned.
Yeah, I had a great walk like that with some dodgy water.
ChatGPT.
You really should boil it.
Well,
folks.
yeah, that was at me after I drank some river water in the Waikato, actually. Yeah. On a hikoi. Another one that we've got here is Tanifan the Pipes.
Sold. Green lit.
The sewer system becomes sentient and starts selectively humiliating people with supernatural targeting.
That's kind of like that Korean. That Korean
I repeat,
movie,
whānau.
eh?
Yeah, it is a bit like that Korean. They're getting a lot of. They're drawing from all media ever. Tani wha the pipes.
Yeah.
That's a green light. The green.
That's
sorry.
also what Tav says when he's got the runs at work. He's like, "Excuse me, got a bit of a tunny in the pipes."
Got a Tani wha the pipes.
What about this one, Tav? I don't know if you heard this one earlier. The Pawa incident. A viral TikTok of pants shitting at a seafood festival sparks a dangerous new exposure challenge.
Hey everyone, my name's Ben and I'm doing the power challenge.
I'm doing the Pawa shit your pants challenge.
Well, obviously when my tongue's out.
I'd also do a flashback. Sulphur City gets hit by a mind tech virus. Every smell triggers vivid memories of public shame.
We bring the boom.
Kind of happens already. But yeah, anyway, there's an endless list of these.
Great. Whoa, hold on. I'm getting a Hollywood.
Hollywood?
Hollywood's calling right now.
Well,
It's Taika Waititi.
The
He
guy-
said
Yeah.
he wants
he wants to buy the rights to our Black Mirror.
Rights. Yeah,
Yeah.
Brown Mirror.
Brown Mirror. We're
Yeah.
calling it
Yeah.
Brown Mirror,
Brown
whānau.
Mirror.
So the new series Netflix needs to pick up is Brown Mirror. That's Māori and kind of shit related.
Yeah. Every episode is either
Maybe it's
Māori
called
or poo related. Or both.
Parodi Mirror.
Yeah.
Because that parodi is brown, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, nice.
And then now we've got a Māori link.
Is there a Māori word for mirror?
I don't know it. We'll find it out later. But yeah, anyway, there's endless. We've got about 3 seasons worth of these shows here.
That's
And,
beautiful.
but I'd love to see Netflix making things like
Things like this.
Brown Mirror, Parodi Mirror,
Make us
that
question.
tell Kiwi stories.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And make us question who we are in the Matrix. And
Maybe it could also start off with, like, you know, that guy who would, in that fact or fiction show, and he'd be like, have you ever tied your shoe wrong?
Oh,
Or,
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever
Captain-
seen your mum and your dad in the same room?
Commander
Maybe-
Riker.
Yeah, maybe it's like
Yes.
that. And he comes in, he's like, have you ever seen a Māori deny their lineage and shit themselves?
Yeah.
Maybe
A couple times,
yeah,
actually.
Yeah. Maybe you're not quite crazy. In this story of fact or fiction, maybe, yeah, damn. A New Zealand fact or fiction would be great.
I like
Fuck
it.
Let's do
Let's
it.
do it. I've just got one.
Admit you're naughty pro.
So anyway, whānau, yeah, fund it.
Brown Mirror, let's
Brown
fucking
Mirror,
go.
we're doing it. Another
nice.
thing, but then something Tav's obviously been on a
Yes.
tangent of. He's fallen into a wormhole.
Yes.
Kick us
I
off,
don't
Tim.
know if this will work or not, but I spent the weekend listening to something I haven't done in a long time, listening to some talkback. Mainly because, you know, I just had a few itches needed scratching, and I had a few bees in my bonnet. And, you know, guys, you might not do it, but your parents might. When you're a bit pissed off about stuff, a good avenue to go down is listening to late night talkback. So,
Amen, bro.
So I spent the evening last night trawling through one of the latest episodes of Late Nights with Marcus Lush. And I wanted to
classic.
share some with you guys. I might have edited the audio in some bits to, in my opinion, make it a bit better. But I thought this is something we could try it on the pod and see if we can kind of spread awareness, because not enough people are listening to it.
No, well, I mean, yeah, talkback is essentially podcasts for old people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they do it in a podcast form, but
It's a one-man show, this Marcus Lush. He doesn't have any soundboard,
no.
which is what
Soundboard
I think
would be good
hinders
for him.
Right, so here's
This is the
some
fucking
clips that I've
news.
found for you guys.
You're listening to the Marcus Lush Nights podcast
Well, he's got a nice
from
sting.
News Talk ZB.
Microfiber sheets. Are they the devil's bedding? There's an infestation of Portuguese millipedes. Very hard to get a slow cooker these days. All that place in the shelf where there used to be slow cookers is just now air fryers. I don't think people are cooking good food in air fryers. I think they're just heating up McNuggets and pizza. People
Oh,
are giving
come
up
on.
cotton sheets to go for microfiber sheets. And they've given up slow cooker meals to go for heated snacks in an air fryer. We're on the road to hell.
Hold on, the Portuguese millipedes thing. I think those are the motherfuckers that were going hard down in my place in Wellington.
yeah.
So
What the hell? He's
when I
onto
was-
something.
When I was down there a few weeks back, like there were thousands of these motherfuckers all around the house, and they had to be poisoned and shit.
That's
Jesus.
that's what they said on the podcast. Apparently there was a house in Wellington that they had to like haul out bags and bags and bags of
Oh.
these
Yeah.
Can I have a look?
millipedes.
Portuguese millipedes.
They
you
came
reckon?
over from Australia about 10 or 20 years ago, and apparently they're just running rampant.
Yeah,
in
they've
Wellington.
always
Fucking
been
Aussies.
they've
Probably a
always been
501
around there,
situation.
But
Yeah.
just this last season, they just went crazy, like huge
Oh my
numbers.
God.
Okay, I've got some more clips to share.
baby.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I don't have an air fryer. Obviously, I kind of want one. My missus won't let me get one, but I kind of agree with him just because I'm jealous of the.
He's
You're missing out.
I know, but I'm not going to be allowed to get one.
Fano. I have to ask the audience: are air fryers woke?
Air fryers might be woke.
Air fryers woke.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yes, I
I'm
think
gonna
they
play
might
some
be.
more clips for you guys. Maybe hold off on the soundboard just
Yeah,
in
yeah,
case
yeah,
you
yeah.
missed some gold.
Okay.
I heard on the news about this cognitive test they're going to put these fellas through for this head injury, you know.
Yep.
The thing is, I mean, some of these fellas might be a bit thick to start with, and they're not going to be able to answer these questions
Very good point.
regardless
That's
of,
true.
Very
you know.
good point.
I think
Was
they
that
should
you
put them
or
through
not?
one when they're 18, and then a year into their senior rugby, then they've got a guide to go
You
on.
need a guide, eh? Because some of them might be slow to start with.
So
He's called up.
He's talking about this, basically the HIAs for the schoolboy rugby.
Jesus.
He's like, you can't ask some, advanced math questions or anything like that. You've got to maybe just get them to colour in some stuff with some crayons
God.
before the
Yeah.
season
That's
starts.
rude.
We need some baseline tests before they start.
All right. Fuck, that's funny.
Now we've got one about the microfiber sheets, which Marcus is very against. Apparently,
Yeah.
this might also be woke.
I don't know, how would they make those sheets fire retardant if they're plastic? Have you ever had static electricity from polyester clothing or from polyester socks?
Polyester is naturally a fire retardant. Can we use that word still, retardant?
Hey, the jury's still out on whether that's good for your body's natural electrical stuff.
Fuck, that's good.
Yo, Ben, I wanted to throw it at you. The body's natural electrical stuff.
Yeah, what is it?
How do we
You know,
how do we maintain that?
Well, you know, I failed maths in
Well,
fifth
yeah,
form,
I'm just saying that guy probably would fail that HIA test.
yeah. Come on, bro. Tell me. Get the lamp back out on the soccer ball and tell me what our body's natural electrical stuff is.
I don't know, but just makes me want to get one of those purple plasma balls that make your hair stand on end.
True.
And also, maybe we do need a new word for fire retardant. Maybe you can just say fireproof, eh?
Fireproof's pretty good.
No,
Yeah.
because that implies that it's fireproof, which is completely different.
Oh,
Here we go.
Boss man.
Here
That's
we
why.
go. Okay, one more.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, a really dark movie.
Really
I
dark.
Fucking A, it is.
watched it as an adult and whoa, no, dark. The whole thing was a dream.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Never knew that.
And the bit where the dude captured the children in the
been saying this for
cages
years.
with
Yeah,
the
we've
hands.
all said it.
Oh, yeah.
Scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Yeah.
What were they thinking?
I know a little bit about Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
So yeah, good hour on Chitty Chitty Bang Bang on the show
Fuck,
last
that's
night.
good, man. What are we doing wrong? We are fucking.
I know.
Look.
These are the people that we're not hitting.
Yeah,
in
I'd
the
say-
regions.
Look, something that fell through the cracks last year that we need to bring back is we need you guys to come on this journey because this podcast is going to go for about 30, 40 years. We need you guys to be calling in with
We need
shit
the-
like this.
The Heaps On hotline is always open.
Look,
Tano.
if I could tell you one thing from what that lady, she was stoned out of her brain. Okay, so I need some of you people out there to get on the Mr. Bong, chuff it up, and then call us and tell us why you think Mary Poppins is a scary movie.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Okay, last one. This
Ben's
is
fading.
This
If
is
you're
going
watching on the telly.
again, going back into the air fryers.
Good evening. I cook chops, veggies, fish in my air fryer. Get a slow cooker. That's what you want. Too much air fryer, not enough slow cooker.
Get the fucking hell out of here before I kick your bloody head in.
Yeah, mate. Hey, mate, if anyone out there loves pork crackling, salt it up, put
But
it
you should,
all on
but
it.
Darren, you
and
should be ashamed of
put
yourself.
it in the air
what
fryer
you're
for
cooking.
a couple of 80 minutes. It's best crackling you ever have in your life?
We've got 2 air fryers. One of them,
Two?
my wife bought a fresh one, and I kept the old one for cooking my eels. And they're absolutely ideal for eel because they, it crackles the whole skin up so you can bite it just like a crust, Absolutely gorgeous.
Are we going to get copyright infringement struck for
I'm just trying to visualise the eels in the slow cooker. You don't fold them around. You cut them into lengths.
No, I slice them into strips.
Psycho, bro?
Yeah.
And only cooking for about 15 minutes, I suppose.
Look, I never thought about it.
Yeah. And that lot that got trapped at Ellesmere, the following week, I'm not sure whether it made the news or not, but they put out about 8 tonnes. They rescued the following week.
Wow.
Absolutely tens of thousands of them. So they managed to get them out because they'd already lowered the excess point, so they were easy to get them out this time.
Beautiful.
Oh, that was good, man.
Good story at the end there.
Yeah, it was a good story. And also, if your missus is thinking about throwing out the old air fryer because you got a new one, maybe hold on to it for the eels. This is what I've been saying to everyone. I use my nice one for the eels. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I might just listen to the talk back throughout the week and just find some gems.
That was good work, Tab. I like the edit you'd done there. There's a lot of work. That's a needle in a haystack stuff.
He just needs some sounds because he's covering some pretty
heavy stuff.
But also,
they're solving the world's problems, aren't they?
The thing I noticed was that about 90% of the callers coming through from New Plymouth. So
Taranaki's a chill place, man.
Yeah.
I reckon we all need to move there.
Yeah, they call it the place like nowhere else, apparently. Yeah. And there was also another guy on the show who said, because Marcus, he was having a big, maybe 20, 30-minute rant about how the public holidays drive him mad because the bin days get changed.
Well, that man deserves a DV.
Someone from New Plymouth called up and said, in New Plymouth, the bin days never change.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I think it's more woke bullshit that our bin days do change.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Because they don't want to pay them time and a half. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the talkback segment.
That was great.
Of the week.
That was great. Let's do like a goodbyes. Ben's fading now, but it's been a good episode.
Ben's very sick, Fano.
Ben's fucking pushed through massively.
All right, guys, it's been another great episode. Any apologies? Right.
No, I apologise for not doing the podcast more in the morning. I always feel like I've got more energy in the morning. This is a morning record, Fano, and I've enjoyed it. Ben's...
I'd like to apologise to Mr. Bong. I sent 20k of that to Samoa. I bought 2 Suzuki Jimneys.
Yeah, he's got 2 kids who are just learning to drive, all right, Ben? So when you transfer him 150 grand, he's going to buy them Supras. Sorry.
Yeah, I'd also like to apologise to Mr. Bong. I'm setting up an outdoor ATV quad bike experience in Samoa that he's purely funded. So shout out to you, Mr. Bong.
One more apology from me. I'd just like to apologise to the toilet in the cabin I stayed in Blue Duck Station, to the staff who had to go in after.
Did you deny your whakapapa?
I denied my whakapapa, and the AI found out. Triggering. Anyway, that's been me.
All right, Fano, have a good week.
We'll
see you. We'll listen to you on the talkback this week.
Yeah. Call into the fucking talkback line
Heaps on hotline.
Heaps on hotline. It's on our
link
Instagram.
In bio.
Link in bio.